Why is everybody over there? Jared, why is everybody over there? I there's a fake white person right next to him. All right, so now I need you to have a seat. Okay, let's start with the first question. Now there's a graph. Every grid is a one, a -1. Now I'm gonna go up to ask people what they think, and I'm gonna correct what they think. So you gotta pay attention to what they think, okay? So number one, when limit x approach -1 from the left side, that minus sign, the subscript right here, this means from the left. That means from the left. Okay? So I mean ask people. I will say, hey, Shovin, you're not paying attention. So what do you think number one is going to be? -1 to the left side. Shovin. -1 from the left side. Nope, the answer is wrong. Chang, what do you think?
This one?
Yeah.
You're approaching -1 from the left side. What is f of x equal? Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
1.
No.
No.
Isabel.
Were you saying that the negative sign in the exponent is that means that it's from the left?
Yep. True, it's good. So I'm gonna show you. I have this laser pen to show you this. This is at -1, so -1's right here, right? And if you approach -1, not approach this way, no, it's not like that. You want to pick a value like right this region, and you say, oh, okay, -1 from the left side. You are gonna go to the value of 2. Do you see that? If coming from the left side, the output is gonna be 2. Is that okay?
Wait.
You approaching from here, this star here, this is -1 from the left. Not here, but I here, because the -1 from the left is right here. And you going toward -1, and that's gonna be an output of 2. So the answer is 2.
Oh, why?
Could there be a -1 on the right?
What?
Could there be a -1 on the right?
Yep, that's what the next question. So Tanner, what do you think? -1 from the right. 4, because you're looking at here, you're looking at this, and you go up here, and this one is a value of 4. Does that make sense?
Is it just depending on which one is closest to it? Which line is closest?
Since it's approaching -1, you look at the line that's going towards it from the right side.
Okay.
Yeah.
For number 4, is that a -1 or a 0?
-1. Just in general, -1. So I can ask that question first. What do you think -1 is going to be? Avery? No. If I approach -1, it's not -1. I'm gonna ask this part. Oops. How about -1 here? Giovanna, what do you think? When limit x approaches -1 of f of x. It's okay to get it wrong. Just say what you think the answer is. I just say wrong, but I don't make you feel bad. I just say wrong. You might feel bad, but it's not meant to be. Because everybody should get it wrong. If you get it right, then you're special.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it undefined?
Undefined. Okay. Can you explain to everybody else why it's undefined?
Because since the answer we got from 1 and the answer we got from 2, like they're not equal to each other.
Yes. Remember yesterday, the first thing about limit does not exist is limit x approach to the left has to equal limit x approach to the right. If it doesn't, then that means limit does not exist. If you look at here, right, it's going from this way to this way, that's equal to 2. And from this way to this way, that's going to give you what? 4. So since they reach -1 at different value, therefore it does not exist.
So 3 is out.
So 4 does not exist. So this one does not exist. Now, what is the f of negative 1? Limit does not exist, but can f of negative 1?
Zero.
No, no. Oh, actually, sorry. You say what? Negative 1's could. Why is that negative 1? Because if I ask you f of something, that means I'm asking you evaluation. What is evaluation? Well, only evaluation over there at negative 1 is the black dot. So the black dot says it's a negative 1, the y value is negative 1, therefore that's a solid dot. If solid dot is filled in, the evaluation is there. Is that okay? So that's the first poor question. Giovanna, do you understand?
I don't understand. What is.
You following? It's okay. You gotta ask question. If you don't understand, ask away. Are you sure? I don't want to be like yesterday. Yesterday you didn't ask me question. You gotta ask. If you don't understand, you ask. Right now it's perfect time to ask rather than the test day. Okay, Omar?
Yeah, so for like number 2, like I know that it's like we counted the 4 units, but like how exactly did we like figure out how to do that?
Okay, so it's you start from negative 1 from the positive side. So that you start from this region. You start from this region and go into here. And when you go into here, this is from the right side of negative 1.
Okay.
So the output is 4. So therefore the answer is 4. Shang and the Shang. This Shang and that Shang.
For number 4, what is the question?
Number 4 is limit x approaching negative 1. So if it approaches negative 1, you should consider from both ends. If I consider here and here, that's going to reach different value. If it doesn't reach different value, then it's going to be does not exist, which is based on number 1 and number 2.
Oh, we have to have the plus next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just had it as that. That's why I was confused because I thought it was the same question.
No. Sean Anderson? Question 3, of course, I'd love to. Question 3, it says f of negative 1. That means I'm asking for not limits. I'm asking for evaluation. What happened when x equal to negative 1? The y value is going to be negative 1. Just a black dot, yes. Okay, so what happened when limit x approach? What happened when limit x approach 1 here? I know you know. Grace, what do you think?
You got 2 separate values when you go from left to and right, so I'm going to say undefined.
Oh, good. Does not exist would be better way to say it, but just say does not exist. Undefined's fine, but it'd be probably more likely does not exist. Do you guys understand what she's saying?
It's not asking from a specific side, it's just asking in general.
Yes. If we ask Giovanna, pay attention here. This is 1. I'm calling you because you don't ask me questions. You gotta ask me question. It's okay because I don't want to come back since you don't understand. This is 1, right? And she actually do a very good brownie, so I'm trying to help her. Okay, so 1 here. So this is 1 here. So you approach in this way and you approach in this way. Since you asking 1, not asking from left or right, you should consider left and right at the same time. So if left and right come out 2 different value, 1 is 2, 1 is negative 1, or 1 is 2, 1 is 1, so therefore it does not exist. Is that okay? Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, what does f of 1 is? You cannot see that far? F of 1 is no. Giovanna, you want to sit in the front?
No, I have the like graph on my phone. I think it's supposed to be like that.
No. 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 Wait, what did you say first answer? What did she say the first answer? She said 1. Okay, that's what I heard. Okay. No, it's not 1. Now, Giovanna, pay attention. This is means x equal to 1. So x equal to 1, do you see any black dot?
Where are the black dots?
This is a black dot right here.
The red ones.
Yeah. Oh,
So when
the
we-
red dots. All right.
No. So when that's what I was confused with. So when y is -1, then you're looking for a dot, which is -1 on the x-axis.
So this is 2.
So when are we looking at when x is 1 or when y is 1?
This is x equal to 1. This is the x value, and this is the y values.
Okay, so that's 2. Positive 2.
Yeah. Giovanna, do you see that? You gotta ask question. Don't be afraid. Just say, "Hey, I don't know how to do this." Are you sure? Okay. All right. So, how about -4 from the left side? -4 from the left side. Let's ask. What am I gonna call? Brady. What's -4 from the left side? Number 7. That's kind of hard. No. Ashford? No. No. Wesley?
Doesn't make this
Nope.
infinite.
Infinite is right. So infinite. Why? Because look at here. This is a -4, right? If I approach from the left side, guess what? That's infinite. Because it goes up. This is asymptote. This dotted line means asymptote.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So are all of these lines on one graph? This is all one graph.
Yeah, this is all one graph.
Okay, so just whatever one is closest to each point, that's where you use the graphs.
Probably most closely related.
So like for when x was when we're approaching like -1 from left or right, then we use whatever's closest to -1 on the graph.
Use
which
this
is that.
region right here.
Yeah,
I would hate to name this piece of this function.
I'm so yeah, like this graph.
Take.
You miss it.
Light work.
So you have to do this on your line.
Huh? All right. So is that okay so far? If you don't understand, remember to ask. There's no such a thing as asking question. Joshua, move back your seat. I don't know what's going on that computer. Jared, focus on your own, doing your own thing. Okay. Number 8. When limit x approaches -4, Joshua. What?
I'll look at it.
What do you guys think?
You can say what you guys think.
Why did I ask Joshua first? I asked you what you think, but I didn't ask you to say it. You want to be technical? Yeah.
I don't think he heard me.
Joshua, what do you think? Joshua, I'm waiting.
I think that if I get a -1 on the exam, that actually means I get a 4 because I'm approaching -1 from the right side.
Any day now, Joshua. That's why you don't leave your seat. So Joshua, if you leave your seat, just get out next time because I don't appreciate that. All right. So In -4, it's gonna be going this way and this way. So it's not defined to a value. So it does not exist. Because one's going positive infinity, one's going to negative infinity. That does not exist. Okay, number 9. When limit x approaches -3, what do you guys think? Elise?
0.
We got does not exist. We got 0. Who's right? That's wrong for sure.
I'm only assuming that because all of the other ones are, so I could be wrong.
But it's
It's very easy to misunderstand this, guys. Limit x approaching -3, that means you reach from both ends. If you both ends come into this is equal to 0. Elise is right. F of -3 is going to give you -2 because that's asking for evaluation. It's not asking you looking from both ends. Okay? Iris, what is f of 5? Does not exist is good. Limit x approach to 5. Mario, limit x approach to 5.
So
Giovanna is gonna help you. Go ahead.
I was just raising my hand because Maria.
Oh, Ria had a question. Oh, good. She's asking for Ria. 9 again, yes. Because in -3 is right here, right? So if it reach from both ends, it's all reached to 0. We're not asking for evaluation. We're asking approaching. Approaching is gonna approaching both ends. It's like how you find a black hole.
you approach 5 from both ends.
If you approach, this is gonna give me a 0. Does that make sense?
If you approach, wait, so Mr. Yates.
Hold on. Mario, what was your answer for number 11? Limit x approach to 5 is 1. Good job. Because you're approaching this way, that's going to give you 1.
I understand.
Okay.
That's why, because when I was on 5, I was like, okay, now I get it. So
Okay, so let's ask.
should I write this in my? Can I draw this in my this graph?
You can. You can take a picture of it after the end.
I have a picture.
Okay. All right. Let me ask. Wesley, what do you think of the last one? Limit x approaching -infinity.
Doesn't exist.
Jordan, what do you think? It doesn't exist? Okay. Ria, what do you think? Limit x approaching -infinity. 12. Nor? No. Joshua.
Negative infinity's below over there. If you approach it, then left and right.
Omar's correct. It's 1. Good job. Why? Because you go in this way. If you guys are not paying attention, this is an easy question on a test. You have to understand it completely. I have all kind of variation can happen here. You have to understand them all. Do you guys understand so far all the questions? Do you have any question before you go further? Yes.
For the one pointing down, the arrow pointing down, why don't you use that one?
That means I'm going this direction, going here. So that the only thing is going here.
Can you graph the negative infinity one for a visual?
Graph the negative
Like the
infinity.
same way that you did. Can you show it y it equals 1 on the graph?
Yeah, why is because it going like this, and it's going. This is the asymptote. This dotted line means the asymptote. It's going to a 1. It's go because they are like this. Yes, they are like this. Yes.
How does number 12 not exist, but number how does number 12 exist while number 8 doesn't?
Number 8. That's a good question. If you reach -4, this is reaching -infinity. It exists because it go plateau into 1. Now, if we're approaching -4, -4. If you ever ask the -4 for a single value, that means you have to look at it from both ends. From the both end, I'm gonna come up here. That's gonna be positive infinity. This way, it's gonna be negative infinity. So one's going to positive infinity, one going to negative infinity. That will be does not exist.
But if it's like if it's going to infinity, it will have a value.
If they both go to infinity, that was gonna be a kind of tricky. That'd be an ambiguous case. That will be actually, it can be two answers. It can be positive infinity or does not exist. But anything that go toward infinity, you can have two possible choices. It can have does not exist or infinity. But you're not gonna be either one. You're not gonna be both. It's gonna be either or. So that means the answer choice is not gonna show up both at the same time. Questions? How much time I have? Good amount? Okay, go. I'm keep on going, okay? Okay, basic limits. I'm gonna start with the basic limit. A lot of people didn't understand this part. So basic limit. What happened when limits x approach to limit x approach to c on b? What do you think the answer here is? And I asked this question, even BC calculus, 2 people screw up on this one. And even though I went over it last year and I went over it this year and nobody paying attention. What is limit x approach c on b?
BC.
Nope. This one I had to ask a better student because only better student can think that way. Let's ask Elise. What do you think?
Well, would it just, yeah, I don't know.
Does not exist.
Where, like, so as x goes to b.
What do you say the answer is? It's okay to get it wrong. I said, why are people so afraid to get a wrong answer? Just get a wrong answer. It's no big deal.
I have no wrong answer.
Okay, I guess I'll take that. Luke?
Is it negative infinity to infinity?
No. Omar?
We just be like where b is.
Very impressive. The answer is B.
So I was technically close.
No. Nice try though. Okay, think about it. This usually is a functions, right? And function is like f of x, right? Or it could be y, right? That means y go to b. If you think about y go to b, it's actually a horizontal line. And b is up, b just any type of value, b here. And that's that. So you approach C, C is some type of constant. It could be anywhere on the horizontal line. The output's still gonna give you a B, regardless. So the answer is B. So think about graphic approach. That's how you gotta think about calculus. You cannot think about math. Like algebraically doesn't make sense as of now. And you had to think about this. So how about this one? Limit x approach to C on x. I'm gonna tell you, ABC is a constant. think about graph.
Is it gonna be the same type of graph as that, where it's just b is x?
Brady? C is correct. Very good job. Why is C? Well, think about it. X. X graph look like this. It's a line like this. So if I have a C, I put input into the C. What's my output? C. It doesn't matter where the C is. It's still C. Because input and output are exactly the same. So therefore it's equal to C. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's that. Okay, so what's limits x approach to, let me give you another one. Let's say c of x to the n. This is some basic limits that people need to understand, but I want you to start thinking about graphically every single time. Look, if you can do algebra, you only give you enough to get a 3, for sure, on AP exam. But the problem, some of you guys don't even know how to do algebra yet. So you get a 2. But if you understand graphically, guess what? You add 1 extra point, then you would have 3. Now, if you're good at algebra, you would have a 4. So if you understand 2 approach graphically, algebraically, and you understand very well, you are gonna get a 4 on AP exam. Now the last one is analytical. People can think about when it needs to be graphically, when it needs to be algebraically, when to think to numerically, and how to think about all other minor things. That's gonna give you a 5. So each one's gonna give you additional point, but I think algebra give you the most point. Algebra give you 3 points if you know how to do algebra. And if you know how to graphic approach, that's 1 additional point. Analytically, they think you 1 additional point. So that's how AP exam is assessed. Yes.
So for B and for the last two, like you knew how to graph B and you knew how to graph X. So how do you know what the graphs will look like?
Yeah, it doesn't matter in this case. You just plug in C into there. So it'll be C to the N. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you just have to know for.
Okay, so this is property of limits. Now assume there's a 2 function, f of x and g of x, and limit x approach c is gonna give you an L. Guess what? Huh? Yeah. The L is a constant. And the k is a constant. This is just a property. This is not that crazy. This is just a very easy, intuitive things. So just understand that when limit x approaches c of f of x equal to L, and limit x approaches c of g of x is equal to k, right? And guess what? You don't even need to take a picture. You could have just go to my YouTube channel, click play, and go to there and take a screenshot, and you're done. You can have a live section.
It's like giving to everyone on WhatsApp. It's just so much easier to help everyone else.
I prefer like you just watch video over again. I need views. I need.
I'll play it on replay while I stay.
Yeah, thank you.
Monetize that shit, honestly.
I'm gonna put donation button. How do I put donation button?
Oh, the subscribe. Oh yeah, start Patreon.
How do I do Patreon?
Oh yeah, if you want to do like stream donations, so people have to be watching live. You gotta get all of us in the class. We're sitting in the class. You're here, and then we also have the live stream open, and the audio is just playing over everybody else's.
It's pretty scary.
So it's just yourself echoing.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, if he's saying one thing that can get you fired, you'll hear it like 13 different times from all of us. So.
Yeah, and then it'll go back into his microphone, so it'll just repeat over and over again.
Anyway, So this is the property. I think the most important property, the first property, is that b is a constant, so b can be outside the limit. B can bring it outside the limit. Okay, if b bring outside the limit and x plus c of f of x is equal to L, then that would become BL. B is a constant. The only constant can be moved outside of the limits, not anything else, only the constant. Okay, not a function, not an x, not a y. You cannot take it outside of the function, but you can take out a constant anytime. So you take a b outside there. Now, if I have a f of x plus g of x, it's just going to be L plus k, because one's going to L and one's going to k. That's going to be L plus k. The next one is limit x plus c of f of x times g of x. That's going to be L times k. L over k. They are very intuitive. They're not anything like hard to understand. I think the basic limit's harder to understand. This is harder to understand than this. This is very intuitive. Now, I didn't do this part. You guys have to go watch a video about this part. Okay, I'll make a better video here. This is the part that you have to cancel factor and you have to do a conjugate.
That's right.
Yeah, but I will post a link of a video and your homework is based on that.
So yeah, are you ready for the weekend grind?
What?
The weekend grind.
What? Are you ready?
All Monday.
You cannot show me homework with one question. Yeah, sure. Just click join, click apply. There's a math competition. There was tutoring. There was helping other people. We already doing that sometimes.
So I just need to fill out the form.
Yep. If you want to apply for the officer, I think that's only for officers. Yeah, but you can apply for officer. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're still live.
Yeah, I know.
I got
I'm saying so many things that worth